Once considered a luxury, torque wrenches are finding their way into many bike shops as well as home repair shops. Today's frame material tends to be thinner, lighter, and composed of materials we never even thought would exist years ago. Over-tightening bolts on parts fitted with these materials, especially carbon, can lead to breakage and disastrous results. For this reason, tightening to a specific torque is essential. A torque wrench has become a must. The first type of torque wrench we'll examine is from Park Tool. It's called a beam type torque wrench. It has a solid arm which is flexible such that when force is applied, the indicator needle will move in one direction, and you can read either pound inches or newton meters. The advantage of such a torque wrench is with its length and the thick arm, it can be used where a great deal of torque is required. We'll show you. The beam type torque wrench I use for the bottom bracket because it can get me up to 600 pound inches, which is quite sufficient, more than sufficient, for tightening the bolt on the crank. Use an 8mm adapter. Place it into the bolt, grab the crank, and push down as hard as I can on the handle until I get to about 300 pound inches, which is the necessary torque for this particular bolt. The other type of torque wrench is called a click wrench. It has, when you loosen the bolt at the end, a screw mechanism that allows you to set the torque. In this case, we can set it in pound inches or kilogram centimeters. Most of us in the US use pound inches. Once this is set, it has a spring that is compressed and a clutch mechanism such that when it turns to the right torque, or that it gets to the right torque, you'll hear a click sound, at which point you need to stop. They are available so you can manually set them to a pretty precise value, and they're also available as a digital form. This one measures in newton meters and again has a screw mechanism to allow compression of the spring and the clutch, which will give you a click when you reach the right torque. For smaller bolts, such as those that hold the handlebar on, in this case this is an aluminum handlebar, I'll use my click torque wrench. This measures in newton meters. I know the specs, I'm looking them up, for this particular component is about 4.5 to 6.8 newton meters. I've set my torque wrench to just below 6, nice in between range. Engage the torque wrench, and I'll turn it till I just hear a click. Right there. I can feel it and I can hear it, and I know I've reached the right torque.